Tiger leaps. Pedestal flies straight at you. Your stick blocks his open jaws now. His paw hits the shield and slams you back hard. You tighten the straps on leather gear and check every single fastening before entering the zone. This is a controlled breeding and training reserve, reinforced multi-layer enclosures built for apex predators. Today's shift is flagged unstable. A relocated adult Bengal tiger hasn't settled into his new enclosure. The wall indicator flips red. Live animal area, solo access. You walk through the door completely alone. The Bengal male drops from an upper shelf and cuts off your path to the center immediately. You lunge the training stick forward. He steps back one pace, then resumes circling you. The tiger sweeps a wide arc, tail dragging on the steel bars, eyes locked on your hands. You rotate your full body to track him, never letting him reach your blind side. The tiger feints low at your knees. You flash the left hand with bait to redirect him. He crashes into the training platform and slides it several meters across the concrete floor. You move into the cleared space and claim the dominant central position. The trainer's first rule. The tiger halts. You hold position. The standoff lasts exactly long enough to decide who dominates. Maintenance staff appears at the window and moves heavy equipment abruptly. Zero warning given to you. The tiger immediately charges the transparent partition, a direct reaction to the sudden movement outside. You slam your palm against the sound shield and pull the animal's full attention back to you. The tiger reads your gesture as a direct challenge and charges straight at you with zero hesitation. You use the long pole to hold his head away, keeping your torso safe. Contact redirect technique. Staff outside drops a heavy stand. A sharp metallic crash fills the enclosure and echoes everywhere. The tiger rears onto hind legs and reaches his front paws directly toward your shoulder from above. You step sharply under him and push him sideways into open arena space, breaking his attack line. You press the gate release on your belt. The shutter jams hard in its track. Dead stop. The mechanical drive begins smoking. Sparks land on the straw bedding below and start glowing red. The tiger moves toward the sparks, drawn to the faulty electrical panel like it is live prey. You intercept him physically, placing your body as a direct barrier between the tiger and the hazard. The manual lever jams completely. You throw your full body weight against it, but it barely moves. A steel cable snaps. The heavy door drops and fully blocks the only sector exit behind you. You pull the pin from the manual stop and throw your weight against the emergency side gate. The gate opens 1/3. A narrow, awkward gap is all you have, but that might be enough. Fire suppression sensors trigger on the smoke, and powerful ceiling sprinklers flood the entire enclosure. Water floods the floor in seconds, turning concrete into a slick, wet surface under your boots. The tiger loses traction and spins into obstacles while attempting another charge. Water defeats him. You grab a steel chain on the wall to stay upright during his next powerful lunge. Water covers the surveillance camera lenses. Operator support goes completely dark. You are totally alone. An overhead light bursts from cold water contact and plunges one section into complete total darkness. You push through the water curtain and find a raised dry platform, a temporary island ahead. You drag equipment onto the raised section. The training schedule is fully abandoned. Survival takes over. You pull a signal flare and send a visible sign through the upper grate to your partner. A partner appears above and drops a safety rope down into the enclosure. The vertical exit activates. The original animal transfer plan is canceled. The only objective now is getting yourself out alive. You clip the carabiner while deflecting another tiger leap. 2 problems, 2 hands, 1 brain. The tiger bites your protective vest and pulls hard toward the ground with his full weight. You fire compressed air into his jaw. Aversion stimulus protocol, and he releases the vest immediately. The rope begins pulling you upward but tangles in the overhead decor rigging. Progress stops cold. You unclip and drop to the floor. Vertical exit is gone. You need a new plan now. A chunk of insulation falls from a ventilation hatch. The tiger locks onto it as prey. He hunts the object, moving chaotically across the full enclosure floor, ignoring you for the first time. During the chase, he overturns a heavy tool rack. It crashes directly toward you right now. You roll clear, but your primary stick is now pinned under the wreckage, completely out of reach. You have only a short clicker and a small screen, barely enough to hold working distance. The tiger shifts to your moving screen and launches rapid strike sequences with both of his paws. You use a broken rack section as an improvised brace, restoring working distance between you and him. The tiger pauses. The improvised barrier confused his attack pattern just enough to buy you seconds. The adjacent lioness enclosure begins shaking. Other big cats are responding to the blood and chaos. Your tiger goes into frenzy, striking every surface within reach, walls, floor, equipment, all at once. The combined roar from multiple big cats creates sound pressure that physically disrupts your spatial orientation. You are pushed back against the fence. Other animals thrash directly behind you through the steel bars. The tiger breaks into full-speed charge, 300 kilograms at 60 kilometers per hour toward you. You thrust an open umbrella barrier forward. Your visual size doubles instantly, triggering his avoidance reflex. The tiger breaks centimeters from your body, claws tearing deep into concrete floor as he stops hard. You use the moment of confusion to drop a control loop over his neck, catch-pull technique. A concentrated sedation gas stream drops from above through the emergency dispersal system. Backup activated. The tiger's movements slow. Coordination breaks down. His legs begin losing purchase on the floor beneath. You pull on an oxygen mask and maintain positional control while the sedation gas continues to work. The response team above uses hydraulic jacks to force the external gate mechanism. Metal groans loudly. The gate shutter climbs slowly under mechanical pressure. The exit begins opening centimeter by hard-won centimeter. You guide the sedated tiger toward the sleeping box using the shield as a directional tool. The box latch falls and locks. The tiger is isolated from the main enclosure floor. Threat contained. You exit through the main corridor while ventilation pulls the remaining sedation gas out of the zone. You stand under the decontamination shower, washing off grime and the scent of predator from your skin. A deep bruise emerges on your forearm, lava-colored. The mark of a paw strike through your protection. You drop broken equipment and a shredded glove into the waste container. Today's toolkit gone. On the control room monitor, the tiger wakes and begins quietly pacing, calm now, utterly indifferent. You stand at the screen and hold eye contact, a long, quiet moment. Neither looks away. You sit down and don't move for several minutes. The team gives you space without a word. Full enclosure inspection is completed, every piece of damage and every incident documented for the record. The incident report lists 7 separate events from one shift, a number that shocks the safety team. Veterinary team confirms all animals are physically stable. Behavioral stress is noted in 2 of them. You sign the property damage report and hand back the keys. A quiet ritual. Shift is over. Walking out, you notice deep claw marks across both boot toes. Missed that during the shift. You sit in the car and grip the wheels several times, checking whether your hands still work. The drive home is completely silent. No radio, no calls, just road and emptiness inside your head. At home, you take raw meat from the fridge for dinner and stop for just a moment. The stick in your hands was never a weapon. It was an attention pointer, nothing more. A predator weighing 300 kilograms doesn't obey strength. It obeys only your projected confidence. You weren't training the tiger. You were making him believe you were stronger than you actually are. Every minute inside the enclosure is a negotiation with fear for the right to walk back out. The real cost of this job is knowing you are always one miscalculation away from becoming prey. Between 300 kilograms of pure instinct and catastrophe stood one person, stick, and voice only. This profession is not about power over nature. It is about power over yourself, second by second. A predator's respect is never bought. It must be maintained every single second you stand in there. The shift is over. Your view of the world will never be exactly the same after today. Insider Shift. Like, subscribe, and join us. Your next shift is already waiting.